up? It's JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia. How you doing? Sunday morning coffee here in my condo in Bangkok. The last live stream I'll do before I get out of Thailand, and we'll get into the details in just a little bit. Hang on, let me adjust my camera just a little bit here. There we go. Center myself a little bit. Are you liking the festive border? I thought that'd be, since it's close to Christmas season, what the heck, I'll do a little festivity, a little festivus for the rest of us. But how's everybody doing? Let me know if I'm coming in okay, if you would, video and audio. Good evening. It's John from DC. How you doing, John? Thanks for coming on board. 9 p.m. there, Saturday night. I was watching some of the playoff games. Oh, what a snoozer, especially those last two where they had the two group of five teams in there. James Madison and who was it, Tulane? Oh, God, it was horrible. Wasn't even close. And then even the Miami Texas A&M game was boring. Alabama and Oklahoma was okay. I really wasn't expecting Bama to win that one, but yeah, Oklahoma just doesn't look good. Their offense is putrid. Hello, I'm Millie, and I love your channel. Thanks, Millie. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming on board. Thanks for liking my channel. Speaking of likes, guys, hit the like button before I forget to ask again. It really helps the algorithm, and what the algorithm does is the more likes I get, the more comments I get on my videos. YouTube will shoot that out to more people to watch. So it helps everything. So Smitty59 says, thank you, JJ, for all of the great information on living in Bangkok. I appreciate it. You're welcome. I just share my experiences. That's what's fun. You can absolutely get a shout out, Millie. Where are you watching from? Let me know, and I'll just give you a nice shout out. But yeah, absolutely. I try to read all the comments. Right now, my channel is not so big that I won't get overwhelmed by comments, so it'll be fine. So, since you're a big sports fan, do you think you'd ever get into local Thailand football or soccer? They have teams across the country. Absolutely. I'm not a big soccer fan or European football fan, but they do have a soccer team here or a football team, and they're in the season right now, and I want to go watch one of their matches, but I just haven't had the time to do it yet. And what I need to do is I need to figure out the schedule and figure out a time to go watch one of their matches. Hopefully, they'll still be in season when I get back at the end of this year, because I'm leaving for a week, and we'll talk a little bit about that later on. But yeah, I'm not I wouldn't watch soccer on TV unless it's like, say, it's World Cup and there's big happenings going on here in Bangkok. Maybe I'll go with some friends to a local pub and watch it live. But other than that, really doesn't interest me. But I would like to go see live. It's the same thing with Muay Thai. I probably wouldn't watch Muay Thai boxing on television, but I've gone to the stadiums here. They've got two of them, and watched live Muay Thai, which is kind of fun. So yeah, I would definitely do that. It seems like Thai football, soccer has some international players, which is interesting. Yeah. Kind of like rugby. I'm big into Six Nations rugby, being an Irish fan. So I watched the Irish team play in Six Nations, and they have an international flair too. So, hey, Simply Rocco, good morning to you too. Thanks for coming on board this morning. Yeah, we got a pretty good group so far this morning. So we're going to have a good day today, I think. My last day in Thailand, or my last weekend in Thailand. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I'm planning a trip back to my last place of residence, last country of residence, the Philippines, back in BGC, which is Bonifacio Global City. For those of you that don't know, it's a kind of a smart city. It's not really a city, but they call it a city, and I get trolls all the time giving me a hard time for calling BGC a city. Excuse me. But for all intents and purposes, it's a city. Hang on a second. I'm just getting over this cold or allergies or whatever I had. I went and got some medicine, and I've been taking it the last 5 days. And finally, last night I was able to sleep pretty well. This morning I felt okay, but I still got a little bit of drainage. So bear with me. I'm sorry if I gross you out with my cough. But yeah, so I'm going back there on Wednesday, the 24th. And I'll spend Christmas there. I'll go reconnect with some friends. I got 3 friends that still live in BGC, so I'll go meet up with them on occasion. Probably, probably meet a couple other people, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. One of my friends, he lives in Negros. He flew in to Makati, which is right next to BGC, this past week. And now he's sick, so he's flying back to Negros. So he's weaning out on us. So anyway, thumbs up number 3. Hey, JJ. Hey, how's it going, man? Glad you're on board. The Great West says, aren't the cities in Thailand always really humid and hot? Yes, but this is the best time of year because it's a little cooler. Like today, it's going to get warm. It'll get up in the low 90s, probably like 90, 91. But really, generally in December, the temperatures are in the mid 80s, and then at night it gets down in the low 70s. So it's very pleasant. Early in the morning, it's really nice. In the evening, it's nice after the sun goes down. So this is actually, and we are in high season, so it's actually the best time to come out as far as the weather is concerned. So you won't get any rain really, once in a while, but usually not. So. What medicines do they have for cough there? I don't know. I don't have a cough. I just that just came unexpectedly. Mine has been a plugged up sinuses on my left side, so they gave me some inhaler, some nasal spray. And that's helped. I do 2 squirts a day, 2 times a day for 5 days. This is the 5th day. So she said, don't do it after 5 days. If it's still bad, you come back and see her. So anyway, so it's clearing up, and I feel a lot better now. So yeah, I'm on the mend, just in time to go to the Philippines. John says, if you had to pick one adjective to describe Filipinos, would you say they're more Asian or Pacific Islander? I know they consider both. That's a tough one. I guess probably Pacific Islander. That would be my initial thought when I first moved there, but it's so far removed. I mean, when I think Pacific Islander, I think of islands that are, closer to, Hawaii and places like that, I guess. And the Philippines to me is part of Southeast Asia. So I guess it doesn't matter, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You can call it either one. I don't have a preference. I've never really thought about it, to be honest. I've never thought, what are they? It is 20 here in Chiang Rai, and the low was 14 last night. Wow. Okay. What does that come to? I'm still trying to figure out the whole Celsius and Fahrenheit thing. So 14 centigrade or Celsius is 50. Wow, 57. Now that's cold. To me, that's cold. Anything under 60, I'm freezing my butt off. So yeah, that's that's pretty cold there. I'm glad you got on. I thought you were a late sleeper. I wasn't expecting you to get on until after 10, but I'm glad you're on. Glad to see you on here. Thanks for coming on board this morning. Let's see. Philippines are not Samoan, more like Thai. And their looks, I don't know. That's a tough one. They've got to look all their own. They don't. I mean, they kind of look Asian. They kind of look Samoan. They look a little each. Some of them look a little Spanish because they've got that Spanish heritage. So it's hard to nail down one look for Filipinos, in my opinion. Are you keeping up with Geo on the go in the dark continent? Yeah, I watched his video the other day. He's doing his apartment video tour and his nightlife tour. I guess he went to a club and he was having a ball. And I made a comment. It's like, what's the cost of living like there? You know, how much would it cost? How does it compare to Thailand or the Philippines? So I think he's going to do a video on that before he leaves. He's going to be there for a while because he's renewing his passport. And when I was in the Philippines last April, I guess it was. Well, I went in on March 5th, so it's back way up. I went in on March 5th. I mailed my passport into the local embassy there, the U.S. Embassy in Manila, and it took about 5 weeks to get it back. So I was there until the first part of May. So he'll be there for a while, 3 or 4 weeks at least, and then depends if he's having a great time. India rupee is free falling. They need dollars there now, so maybe you should go to India to save a lot of money. Well, the peso is not doing great either in the Philippines, so I think I'll get a good exchange rate for my baht, or if I use my U.S. bank card, I'll get a good exchange rate there on my U.S. exchange with the peso. Many Filipinos have more indigenous look: big forehead, big eyes, big mouth. Okay, I don't know. Big mouth in just the shape, or just too much chismis, too much gossiping. I'm not sure what you're talking about, John. I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. Anyway, so here's my plan, and I did a brief video on this last week about leaving Thailand on an education visa, and the steps I have to take to get back. So I went in. Thursday was my last day of classes. For those that don't know, I'm taking Thai language classes. I'm going to Sandy Thai Language School over there on Rama 9. And it's about a 20-minute trip from my place. So it's not far anymore. It used to be far when I lived down in Samut Prakan, but now it's a pretty easy trip. But anyway, our last day of class was Thursday. Now we have a break. We have a 2-week break before we have to go back to class on January 6th. So I thought, well, I'll take a trip to the Philippines. And so I looked into it. And with an education visa, I can leave, but I have to get a re-entry permit. It's called a REP, re-entry permit, to get back in Thailand and retain my education visa. So my education visa is up for extension. So I will go in on Monday. So Thursday after class, I got my attendance sheet from my instructor, my teacher. She signed all the days that I was present, and then I had to sign each day too. And then I went over to administration after class, and I told them the week before that I was planning on taking a trip, but they had to get my extension paperwork all done. So I went in there. They had all my extension paperwork ready to go, probably 10, 12 pages, maybe more, maybe a little more, and gave them my attendance sheet. So they got all that. And I asked them about leaving the country. And they said, yeah, you have to get a reentry permit. So the extension, I'll do a 3-month extension. And the extension will cost me 1,900 baht at immigration. So I'm going into immigration on Monday. So I'll go early in the morning, get there right when they open, and go to the queue, get my queue number, and wait in line, wait for my queue number to be called, go in, get my extension. Usually what they do is at least the last time, you give them your passport and your paperwork. They write on your queue number, they write a time to come back to get your passport. So that'll probably be the case. And it's usually about 3 hours. So I'll go there, probably have lunch downstairs, come back in the afternoon when my number's up, when my time is ready, pick up my passport. And then at that time, I asked the administration at the school, I said, can I get my re-entry permit there? And they go, yes, you can, but they charge more there than they do at immigration at the airport. So my thought is, okay, I can save a few bucks and do it at the airport. The other thing they said is you have to get your extension first, and then you have to go back, get another queue number, wait in line again to get your re-entry paperwork. So that was like, I don't know if it'll be, I mean, if it took most of the day. I was there until 3:00 that afternoon, the last time I got my extension. So this time around, if it's 3:00 before I get my extension, I don't think I'll have enough time to get my re-entry permit. So I might have to go through the immigration at the airport. That kind of worries me because you just never know. You get there, you get to the airport, and you get there early enough, so you got plenty of time, right? You go to the immigration place where you can get your reentry. What if there's a hitch? What if I'm missing some paperwork or something and I can't get it? Then I'm screwed. I'm going to miss my flight, whatever. So I'm a little worried about that. So I will keep you guys posted on what's going on with that. And we'll see. I might, if I can get through the line quickly enough at immigration on Monday where I'll have time to get my reentry, I'll just pay the extra, 1,000 baht or whatever it is to get my reentry paperwork the same day I get my extension. So we will see. Hopefully things will work out. Otherwise, it might be a pretty short trip. As Han Solo says, if Obi-Wan didn't get those what was that in Star Wars, the first Star Wars or Star Wars 4? Here I am showing my geekiness. Obi-Wan had to get the what it was that pulls him in. But anyways, if he didn't get that, it's going to be a short trip. That's what he said. So I can't remember the exact lines, but that's my geekiness showing. Hey, Dave, good morning. Have you discovered any new restaurants, cafes, pubs, etc.? Okay, so we had a Christmas dinner at Buddy's on Soy 89 Friday night with some friends, and they had a really nice buffet, and it was only like 450 baht for the buffet, all you can eat buffet, and they had everything. They had roast turkey, they had ham, they had stuffing, they had potatoes, they had all of the Western stuff that you could want, and some other things too. So I had that. That was the first time I've eaten at Buddy's before, but not that one. So that was a good one. There's some others. I might do a video on some places to eat. I may do one when I get back. I might do something like that. I think that would be interesting. Pubs. I'm always interested in new pubs, checking out new pubs, especially the ones that have live music. I love that. JJ, have you ever seen Gabe Horn in Bangkok? No. Is he a YouTuber or what? I'm not familiar with the name, so I'm not sure who he is. If you think you may take more than one trip a year, it is possible to get multi-entry, re-entry. Yeah. I don't know if I can get it on my education visa. I think you have to have the plus, and the plus is only good for if you're doing your education at a university. I'm at a private, Thai language school, and I just have the regular education visa. I may be able to get it, but it's a lot more expensive. Instead of 1,000 baht for the re-entry permit, which is about $32, it's 3,800 baht. So that gets pretty expensive. That's over $100. And I don't see me traveling that much. That would mean I would have to travel out of the country 4 times in the next year while I still have my education visa, 4 times out of the country in order to make it worth my while. And I just don't see that happening. I don't foresee me traveling out of the country that much. So it's probably not worth it, even if I could get it. I'm not sure if I can or not, being on just the regular ed visa. Mother Hen says, "Hey Jeff, how many hours does it take to speak a conversation in Thai?" You mean if I'm just trying to say one sentence, it could take hours to get it right. That's another thing I'm a little worried about. I'm a little worried about going through immigration at the airport or at the immigration office when I get my extension and they start talking to me in Thai. And it's like, if I don't know what's going on. So they said at the school, they said, bring all your work, your homework, your paperwork, and your school books and everything. So you can show them, not just, they won't just see the attendance, but you can show them you're actually writing things down and actually trying to learn. So hopefully that will suffice. There's one guy, he did his extension last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. But I asked him how it went. I said, did they speak to you in Thai? He goes, no. This guy's German, right? He goes, no, the guy used to live in Germany and we talked the whole time in German. So he didn't have to talk any Thai. So it's like, wow, man, I could probably do the German thing. I speak a little German. I speak better German than Thai at this point. Let's see. I think Obi-Wan had to turn off the tractor beam. That's what it was. It was the tractor beam. So when the Millennium Falcon left, it wouldn't get drawn back in. That's what it was. I couldn't think of. Thank you for that, John. You're as geeky as I am. May the force be with you. I heard 20,000 hours. 20,000 hours to speak fluent? Is that what you mean? I believe that. Right now, we're just getting into, I'm still learning the consonants. There's 44 consonants, and I've probably got 25 or 30 of them down that I know pretty well just by looking at the symbol. The rest of them are iffy. But, and then you've got vowels. You got 32 vowels. And then you've got tones. And then you've got other tone marks that change the tone and change the whole sound of the consonant. So you gotta learn those too. And each consonant is in a group. There's 3 groups. There's a low class, there's a middle class, and a high class. So you got to memorize which class the consonant is in that you're reading. And then each of those classes use different tones. So some classes use all 5 tones. Some classes only use 4 of the 5 tones. Some classes only use 3 of the 5 tones. But the problem is the symbols that show what the tone is are different depending on the class. So it may look like the same symbol, but if it's in a different class, you use a different tone. So for instance, say, just for argument's sake, the middle class consonant, and you have a tone that looks like this, say, maybe that's a rising tone. So when you pronounce the consonant, your vocals go up. It's right, or it goes down and up. So it's like you go down a valley, go back up, like cow, like that. But if it's in maybe a high class, that same tone mark, maybe it's not rising in that class. Maybe it's middle, or maybe it's high or low, or another. So you've got to remember, you've got to memorize which class the consonant is in, and then go from there. So it's because if you don't do it right, you're going to say something wrong because there's words that, depending on the tone, have different meanings. It's the same word, same spelling, but it's the tone that changes the meaning. So it's been very interesting, but it's been fun. I've enjoyed the classes. It's supposed to be high season for tourism there. Yep. Have you noticed a big increase in tourism there, or do you avoid a lot of tourist area? I have noticed, especially on the weekends. The trains are busier now. If I go on Sukhumvit Road, like I met friends down on the Soy 11, we went and played pool at Buddies. Buddies, not Buddies. We went and played pool at Bunnies, not Buddies, but Bunnies with an N. And it was, the streets and sidewalks were busy, very packed on a Friday evening. So yeah, it's getting a lot busier now. When they say that, oh, tourism is down, I haven't noticed it. I was coming back from my class on Thursday and I got on the MRT, and the first stop from the MRT, the doors opened, and there was probably a dozen Indians with roll-on luggage cramming themselves on the train. I got actually whacked in the shin by one of the luggage guys, so he was kind of rude. But yeah, it's getting busy. It's getting busy. I kind of miss the low season. Oh, you're trying to speak Thai to me. Okay, why? Why are you trying to do that? Yes, fluent. Yeah, I can imagine 20,000 hours. My teacher told me it takes kids up to 5th grade to learn Thai at a good level. So I can just imagine. How am I? Sabaidi Cup. That's how I am. Sabaidi Cup now. What else is going on, guys? So my trip to the Philippines, hopefully it will go without a hitch. I'll be staying in BGC for a week, like I said. Getting reacquainted with some buddies of mine, probably hang out at a couple of the local bars that we used to hang out, although a lot of the places I used to hang out are no longer open anymore. So maybe there's some new ones I can go to. But have you noticed who the big tourist countries are now? Well, it's hard to tell the Western, the Farang, because they all look light-skinned. But I have heard a lot of Russians, but I see a lot of Indians. I do see a lot of Indians, and I don't know. I mean, there's tons of Asians here, but I couldn't tell you, if they're Thai or Chinese. I do hear a lot of Chinese people speaking Chinese and some Japanese, so I hear a lot of that. It's funny, the MRT, and they've been doing this since I've been coming here, but the MRT has the announcements that you hear when you're waiting for your train. And they do it in 3 languages. They do it in Thai, obviously. They do it in English, and they also do it in Chinese, which I thought was interesting. So the only reason I know that is because when they say thank you, they say in Chinese, and I pick up that word. What is it now? I can't think of it now, but when I hear it, I know. I was like, that's thank you in Chinese. How many cell phones do you have active? 1 US, 1 Thai. Yep. 1 US and 1 Thai. That's what I have. I have a T-Mobile for my US phone, and it is the international plan. It's $55 a month, and it's unlimited data and texting. So I use that. And then if I have to make a phone call, it's 25 cents a minute. The only time I ever make a phone call is if I have to call my attorney for whatever reason. Other than that, I just, I talk to my family, my cousins, and my friends through Messenger, Facebook Messenger. What do you miss the most about the Philippines, and what do you miss the least? Okay, so I watched a video today from a guy in the Philippines. He's a Canadian dude. You probably know him. You've probably seen his channel. I can't think of the name of his channel, but he lives, I can't remember where he lives, but he opened up a restaurant bar called the Canadian Beaver. Anyway, he's put 3 million pesos into this bar, and he failed. He lost like $60,000. So he kind of just gave it back to his Philippine counterparts, investors, and he's just kind of managing it now. And then he has a small percentage of the profits if they make anything. So he lost a bunch of money. But the thing he talked about that was the hardest thing for them is that because it's an island nation, it's hard to get quality food to get in his restaurant, right? So he said, even if it's just another island, the cost is so incredibly high to get it from one island to another that it's almost impossible to have any profit. And I can see that. And that was one of the things that the Philippines really, it drove me mad, is that if you're somewhere and you order something, at least half the time it's out of stock. And that's the common phrase, "Sorry, sir, unavailable." You'll hear that all the time in the Philippines. And even if it's like, I remember one time I was at a bar and I ordered San Mig Light. Didn't have any. It's like, you're kidding me. San Mig Light? You don't have any San Mig Light? That is a Philippine beer. They didn't have any. So I don't know if it's the problems with the infrastructure getting items to where they need to be, or if it's just bad management where they don't plan ahead and see, oh, we're short on this item, we better order it now before it runs out. Or do they wait until it runs out, then they order it, and then you got to wait 2 weeks before they get it? I don't know. But anyway, that's probably the most frustrating thing. And the other thing is that it seems like everybody wants to try to scam you. From taxi drivers to girls that you date to whatever. If you're going to a bar, if you're at a high end, not even a high end, but if you're at a bar that's mostly foreigners. They try to add extra extra beers or drinks to your tab without you knowing. So it's just little things like that, but it adds up. And those things I don't miss. The things I miss most are my friends, obviously. My ex-girlfriend, she was one of the good ones. So yeah, I miss that. So take your laptop in case they don't allow re-entry. No, I'm not going to take my laptop. I'll get back in. I mean, worst case scenario, if they don't let me back in on my education visa, I can get in on a visa-free entry for a tourist visa. That's the worst case scenario. So I think he misses the Filipinas the most and the brownouts the least. Yeah, the brownouts. But see, in BGC, I never had brownout issues. BGC was one of it's a smart city. All the electrical lines are underground. So there was never a problem with brownouts, never had an issue with Wi-Fi. Even when typhoons would go through and the wind was really bad, never had an issue with brownouts. So Shay Shay, that's what it is. Shay Shay, that's thank you in Chinese, in Mandarin. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Edwin, hey, Edwin. Hi, JJ from KCMO. Thanks for coming on board this morning or this evening for you. It's Me Channel. I don't know what. Is that guy you were talking about? The one that they asked if I'd seen him? Okay. I don't know. I've never heard of the channel. Philippines Life. That's it. That's the guy. Philippines Life. Yeah. He kind of opened up on his video I watched this morning. He didn't look. I haven't seen a lot of his videos lately. Since I moved here to Thailand, I don't watch a lot of the Philippine YouTubers, but I watched him for a while. I used to watch him when he had his girlfriend, and then they broke up, and she's doing I don't know what she's doing, another channel, and then he did this thing, and then he bought his bar. He's got another Filipina girlfriend. But it looked like he was doing well at first, but I can see it wearing on him. You watch his videos, and literally, it looks like he's aged a lot in just the last year. And you can see the stress. And that's why I'm retired, so I don't have that stress anymore. But yeah, I feel sorry for him, but happens more often than not. JJ, I guess you have to run a farm to make sure you have the food on your menu. Yeah, well, even then, um, you can't have all the food. I mean, you'd have to have a huge farm, and in the Philippines with the weather the way it is, you never know what's going to happen. You can have a typhoon roll through and just destroy all your crops. And that wouldn't be good. But anyway, it's better just to be retired. Japan, Hawaii, and Indonesia are all island chains, and they do not seem to have supply problems. Exactly. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Yeah, makes me wonder. That's for sure. So there must be something else to it. Well, and if they're ordering from another island and they're charging so much, I mean, they're just, I don't know, they're it's like price gouging, but there's no control in the Philippines. There's no regulations or anything like that. So I don't know. I'm here. I don't have any problems. I rarely have somebody at a restaurant say that they're out of stock of something. Once in a while, but not very often. I would say maybe less than 2% of the time, somebody will say it's out of stock. So yeah. But I'll be there a week. I'm going there on the 24th. I'll spend Christmas there and a few days with some friends, and then come back here on the 30th. So I'll get back late on the 30th. So I will I'll have to take a grab. I won't get here in time for the trains. And I think I fly out of Suwanapum, but I fly back into DMK. I think I have two different airports that I fly in and out of. So that should be interesting. See how that goes. But I like DMK. A lot of people say they don't like it, but I like it. I think it's pretty simple and easy to get around. Actually, both airports are pretty easy. But I usually take the trains, if I get there on time. Let's see if my flight leaves. Let me look here. Hang on a second, guys. I think my flight leaves Manila on the 30th at 7:30. So let me see when I get back. I'll get back here. Oh, it doesn't say. I leave at 7:30. That would be 6:30 Bangkok time. Oh, it'd be 10:15. So I'll land here about 10:15. So I might be able to. The train stopped running at midnight. So as long as I can get on my last train, which would be the BTS, before midnight, it'll run to the end of the line. So I'm good to go. So I might be okay. We'll just have to see. We'll see what happens. But either way, I mean, I'll take a grab. It won't be that bad from DMK. It's actually, yeah, I'll be coming into DMK, which is actually closer to my new condo than Suwanapum. My old condo, Suwanapum, was the closest. So, yeah. So it'll be all good. I think it'll be fine. And then I'll have we got some friends of mine and I will go to O'Shea's rooftop on New Year's Eve and celebrate New Year's there. So that'll be cool. Watch some fireworks and that sort of thing. Let's see. It's nothing personal, but okay, here we go. It always goes that way. It's nothing personal, but I find the Canadian guy from the Philippines life extremely annoying, especially when he tries to be funny. He comes across too smug. I prefer your style, and Geo too. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I thought you were going to bag on me. Nothing personal, JJ, but you suck. No. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's okay. But his content really didn't apply to me because he was doing his bar thing, his restaurant, and then, I never thought it was a great location because he'd show that beach, and it was kind of an ugly beach. It wasn't really a beach in the term that you think, nice sand and stuff. It was more like a dirt beach, it looked like. So it just didn't look that nice to me. And a lot of the beaches in the Philippines are like that. They're not that great. I mean, you've got some of the best beaches in the world, but for the most part, they're like the ones on his video. But I didn't have a problem with them, but it just didn't matter to me. Wasn't the niche I was looking for. The bar cost him 84,000 Canadian dollars, 3.6 million Philippine pesos. Yeah, wow. That's a big chunk. JJ, if you own your own farm, then you know exactly what you can put on your menu if you run a restaurant. True, but like I said, that's a lot of. You got to have a lot. You got to have a big farm in order to keep stocking your menu. And in the Philippines, like I said, if the weather's bad, if you get a bad typhoon roll in and it washes out your farm, then what do you do? Then you're kind of screwed. So I just rather would be retired, to be honest. I do not understand how someone can lose $61,000 on a bar. It happens all the time. I mean, he said something like 90% of businesses fail. It's probably higher than that in the Philippines. And you got guys all the time in Pattaya and Phuket that are opening up bars, foreigners opening up bars, and they may stretch it out to go a year before they have to sell or close down. So I bet the major majority of businesses that foreigners open up here in Thailand or in the Philippines fail within a year. I could probably find that statistic. I would agree with John's comment. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Robert says, well, he won't be too smug now after losing the money. Yeah, he looked a little humbled today. Now he needs a bunch of money in his house he rents. Oh yeah, he's got that nice house that he redid. Here's the thing I don't understand. I don't want to keep saying things about him because he's not the only one, but I see this all the time. I see guys rent these places and they say, oh, I got it super cheap, but I gotta install air conditioning, and I gotta put a refrigerator in, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do this, and I got to do this. It's like, then it's not cheap. If you're doing all the work, the landlord's thinking, cool, yeah, I'll kick you out after you're done, and then I've got this upgraded rental that I can charge double now. It's like, why do people do that? They're always like, I watched a video the other day, and the guy was, he had this new place, and it was decent size, but it wasn't great. I mean, it was kind of run down. It was in the Philippines, so you got to figure the quality is probably not good. But he's talking about, well, I'm gonna put on my fence, I'm going to put all bamboo so it's private, and then I'm going to install a pool, and then I'm going to do all this work, and I'm going to put it in a garden. It's like, dude, that's a lot of money. It's like, yeah, you're paying a decent price for rent, but you're doing all these upgrades for the landlord. It's like, you're not going to be able to, if you leave or get kicked out or whatever, you're not going to be able to take your fence with you. You're not going to be able to take the pool with you and all those upgrades you're going to do. So why do it? That's just my feeling. But anyway, if you own the house, maybe that would be different, but it's hard to own anything here in Asia if you're a foreigner. It's more like you own the building, kind of. The land, you don't own the land. You kind of lease it. So Jeff and Gio are OGs. OGs. All right. Call me dumb or old or whatever. What's an OG? Oh, gods. Oh, my God. I'm still laughing at your comment that Dumageddon is a dumpster fire. It is. It is. And it still is. I'd like to see how living in Valencia would be. Here's the problem with YouTubers, especially the ones in the Philippines. So I did a video here the other day, or a couple weeks ago probably, and I said, here's 15 things that you won't like about Bangkok that may make you not want to live here. or move here. And I got so much crap for it. It's like, why are you dissing Bangkok? Why are you so negative? Why are you there? You should move. And it's like, dude, it's not me. I'm just being real, you know? I mean, not every city or every country is perfect. Everybody has their warts, like I say. And the Philippines is no exception. Well, unless you're a YouTuber, and then wherever you're happen to be living at the time, everything's beautiful flowers, rainbows, unicorns, and all that. And they never talk about the bad part of it. And Dumaguete was no exception. These YouTubers there in Dumaguete were always saying how great it is. And then people will come there and they're disillusioned. It's like, this isn't great. That was my impression the first time I went there. It's like, what are these people talking about? This is not great at all. It's kind of a dumpster fire. And Valencia is right up from there. So Valencia is nice, I guess, because you're a little in the mountains. So it's probably a little cooler. You've got some neat nature, you know, you can hike. There's waterfalls, things like that. But how long does that last? I mean, the newness is going to wear off. How many times can you go to the waterfalls? You know, at least that's my thought. Whereas in Bangkok, I can go to a different restaurant or a different bar or a different neighborhood every day for the rest of my life and never hit the same one twice if I wanted to. Valencia is so small and it's really out of the way. So if you want to go, if you need medical help, you got to go down the mountain and go to Dumaguete. And I don't know how far a trip that is. It's at least 40 minutes, I'm guessing. But it's not convenient at all. And if you want, high-end Western groceries, you can't get that in Valencia, I don't believe. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So to me, it's like, it's great. It'd be a great place to visit for a week, you know, kind of on a vacation mode, but not to live there. But you wouldn't know it by talking to the locals or the foreigners that live there. They say everything's, you know, dreamy. You could have got 100 to 500 plus per month investing in index funds. True that. Old guys. That's me. Old guy. That's what it is. Okay. You should do a video with what your monthly expenses are living in BKK as being an average retired expat. I will now. Now that I got my first electric bill, when I get back from the Philippines, I'll put together a budget and let you guys know what my monthly expenses are. My electric bill was kind of high. I was a little surprised. Of course, I wanted to. I kind of cranked both the ACs up most of the day just to see what my high-end bills would be, and then I can adjust from there. So it was a little high. Now, it wasn't as high as the Philippines, but it was still higher than what I was used to paying. Of course, my place is bigger, so that's probably part of it. I think this AC, the one that's in the wall, not on the wall, but in the wall, I think it's an older unit, so it probably is not as efficient as the one in my bedroom. So it probably draws a little more electricity. But the nice thing about it is it's got it's the thermostat. So when the temperature hits what you have it set on, it shuts off, which is nice. I saw the same video with the YouTuber who moved to Valencia and is doing upgrades to his rental. Yeah, that's the one. I wonder if he'll get a break on his rent for all the upgrades he's doing. I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, maybe, but you would think he would say that if he was getting that. But I don't think he is. Honestly, don't. But why would you do that? That's why when I moved into this condo, it had to check all my boxes because I didn't want to, like, all the wall decorations are really neat. There's a neat picture. You can't see it. It's right behind the camera of trees. But it's a neat photograph. And then these are drawings. That's a drawing of a like a wall in the forest kind of. And then I've got a drawing of a house that Frank Lloyd Wright designed and built. And it's a drawing there, like an original drawing. So the owner is very keen on decorations. Now I've got right behind my couch here around the corner. I've got a wall space. There's nothing on it. So I will go and get something. I'll probably go to Chattahoochee Market maybe today and find a nice piece of artwork that I can hang up there just to kind of, put something on that wall. But that's the whole thing. It's like you go to the Philippines and there's nothing on the walls. It's just bare. You got that white tile, which I think is ugly. Everything's just pretty generic. I mean, it almost looks like hospital. But here it's like I wanted everything checked off my boxes. I wanted it to be convenient. I wanted it to be close to everything I do on a day-to-day basis. I wanted a balcony. I wanted good amenities like a workout facility, nice pool, co-working space. So this condo finally checked all my boxes. And I looked at probably a dozen or more condos before I found this one that checked all my boxes. So that's the whole thing. It's like, I don't have to worry about decorating. I don't have to worry about painting the walls. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It's just bring my toothbrush, right? And move in and everything's good to go. In the Philippines, you almost can't do that. I mean, you can, but why would you move into a place where you have to do upgrades yourself? That just doesn't make any sense to me. Cebu UNC. Not sure what that is. Duma is okay for 2 or 3 days in my experience, but I was on a ferry after 3 days. Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to get around. There's no Grab, there's no taxis. All you got are the trikes. And I'm a tall guy, so those things are a pain in the butt, pain in the neck, I guess. You got to crunch down to get inside. So, and then there's no real sidewalks anywhere. It's just not convenient, and there's nothing there to do really. There's basically 3 coffee shops, and they're all within a block of each other. There's some restaurants along the main road that are okay. There's a couple of bars along the main road that are okay. There's one club called the Why Not, which is okay, I guess. But that's really it. There's nothing really there. Just a lot of old fogies waiting to die, I guess. Robert says, well, for me, it's because I do not speak Thai. So the fact that Philippines speak English is why I'm leaning to living there. Yeah. Here's the problem, though. If you're in a metro area in the Philippines, everybody speaks pretty good English. If you're in a metro area here in Thailand, like Bangkok, especially in the main areas, everybody speaks English pretty well. It's not much of a difference. Now, if you get outside of the main areas of the expat areas, then you're going to have an issue. But the same can be said for the Philippines. The farther, the deeper the province you go, the less English they speak. I've rarely met a taxi driver in the Philippines that spoke English. That's why I always say take Grab, don't take a taxi. One, they'll always try to scam you. They always tell you that the only thing they know in English is meter broke. So they always try to scam you and get you to pay more. But with a Grab, at least they've got the GPS. They know where they're going, and you don't have to tell them. With a taxi, you got to try to explain, and if they don't speak English, then you're screwed. But same can be said with Thailand. The Thai taxi drivers rarely speak in English too. But you're going to find out that in the Philippines, it's not just because they say it's an English-speaking country doesn't mean everybody speaks English. So just go in with open eyes and don't be surprised. Hopefully he'll stay in Valencia for a while instead of bouncing around the islands every month trying to find nirvana. You're talking about the guy that did all the upgrades. Yeah. Hopefully. I don't know. I'm trying to remember who the guy was. I watched the YouTube video, but I can't remember who it was now. There's a lot of YouTubers that have left the Philippines. I'd like to think I was the first one or one of the first ones to actually leave. It seems like everybody's following my footsteps, either going to Vietnam or Cambodia or Thailand. Have you ever been to Japan? Dating for expats? Um, I've been to Japan. Last time I was there was 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago now. It was right at the beginning of COVID in March of 2020. In fact, I got stuck there. They canceled my flight, which was fine. My boss didn't like it because I didn't get back to work for a couple of weeks, but I was stuck in Roppongi Hills in Tokyo, and it was awesome. I loved it. But that was the last time. I want to go back. I kind of thinking maybe I was thinking about maybe this coming spring, depending on my classes. If I've got some time, go back during when the cherry blossoms are blooming. I've never been there for that. I think that would be kind of cool. Back in maybe April, I guess it would be April or May. Was it the drawing of the falling waters? Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're familiar with that? Yeah, it's really neat drawing. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and show you guys next time on the live. In the Philippines, you pay more and get less. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Just the quality of everything, from the infrastructure to the buildings, everything is not as good. Now, there are good things about the Philippines. I mean, for the most part, the people are friendly. The best girlfriend I ever had was the girlfriend I had in the Philippines. I had a lot of fun the first couple of years I lived there when I was working and making really good money, so I could just have fun at the clubs every other night. And I was a playa back then. but the Philippines are okay, but I just like Thailand better. On the side note, take a second to hit that like button. Won't cost you a cent. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, appreciate that. Do please hit that like button. Really helps the algorithm. R.I.P. to Eddie Sweeney, Thailand YouTuber. Oh, was this recent? I'm not familiar with him, so that's too bad. Already hit it on the way in. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have you ever had any problems with the BTS or MRT with delays or breakdowns? No. I did see one day when I was waiting for the MRT to go to class. So if you picture, they're showing a map up on the screen, and if you picture, it's a kind of a loop. The MRT does a loop around that particular line, but there's part of the loop at the end. It goes straight, and it goes to another area of Bangkok. That area, there was probably 5 stops. They had red X's on each stop. They said there was an issue of some sort, so those trains were canceled. So to get off at a different stop and take a different route. But that's it. It's never affected me. I've never had delays. Once in a while, you'll be on the BTS. MRTs are always right on time, but the BTS, once in a while, they'll start getting backed up, especially during the busy times of the day. So the trains will kind of get backed up, so they're almost like running into each other. So you'll see you'll be on a train, and all of a sudden it'll slow to a stop between stations, and you'll sit there for about a minute or two. What it's doing is letting the train ahead of them get ahead of them, and then they'll come on and they'll say, we apologize for the delay, blah, blah, blah. So, and then it'll take off again, but it's never more than a minute or two delay. So I've never really had any issues with it. They're pretty sufficient. I'm impressed. How often do I eat street food? Oh, probably at least 2 times a week, maybe 3 or 4, depending on my mood, depending on my situation. If I go too hard, then I gotta lay off for a while, because I like it PEDMAC. I like it very spicy. So sometimes it catches up with me at a point. So I gotta kind of relax, take a break. JJ will thank you for it. When I lived in Bangkok, I only used my apartment to sleep in, and there were no amenities back then. I spent all my time out and about. Yeah, I mean, during the hot seasons, I'll spend the the midday in my apartment probably. Actually, no, I take that back. I'll go out and go into a mall or something, so I don't have to run the AC here. On the muggy days, smoggy days, I may stay indoors. And I got my purifier now, so that's helped. Chad Foster, another Canadian, is the YouTuber who moved to Valencia. I do like his channel better than some of the other YouTubers there. Okay, yeah, it was Chad Foster. That's right. I don't know why he's doing all that. Upgrade renter, expensive expat. Yeah, absolutely. I met him. I went to university in Delaware. Okay. If you had an income of $100,000 a year guaranteed, where would you live? Oh boy. I probably live in two different places. I'd probably still live in Bangkok. I would have a lot nicer place though. Bigger, maybe a two bedroom, so I can have a studio that's separate. Maybe a house. I don't know. But yeah, I think I would stay in Bangkok, and I don't know where else. Maybe back in the States, I have a place or something. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. It's never going to happen. So I don't know, Robert. I did get a job offer the other day. It was a pretty good offer too, but I don't think it's like I've been retired now for 2 years, going on 3 years. So why change now? I'm moving to Dumaguete next month, but we'll stop in Thailand for 10 to 14 days on the way. I'm thinking 14 days though. Oh, awesome. Look me up if you want. I'm always excited to meet people who watch my channel. I think it's great. Where are you in Thailand? I'm in Bangkok. I'm in the Phrom Phong area off of Sukhumvit. Learning Thai in 6 months plus to get comfortable with daily interactions. Yeah, I would say so. I've been at it. Let me see. Almost 3 months now. Not quite 3 months. So, and I practice when I'm out, and if I'm at a restaurant or a bar, and I practice ordering something in Thai, and sometimes they understand me, sometimes they don't. So it's been interesting. What was the job offer? I'd rather not say, because if I take it, I'd rather not say what company is with. It's with a very, very large company that everybody's familiar with. But it's only part-time, so it wouldn't be a lot of money. It'd basically be double what I'm making now. So it would allow me to get another place down in Hua Hin, close to the beach. So I have a beach house that I could rent, or I could have. That's what it would allow me to do. If I do it, I don't know. When you meet your channel members, do you mostly go for coffee, lunch, beers, or dinner? All of the above. Depends on them. Sometimes they pay, sometimes they don't. Like I met a subscriber. What day was that? Saturday morning, yesterday. Right across the street at Sarah J's Cafe, and he bought me coffee. So that was very nice of him. And some guys will, like, let's see, I met a lady. We went and played pool down at on Soy 11 at Hillary. We played a few games of pool, and then had a couple beers, and she bought the beers for me. So it was very nice. And then I had another guy that I had to go meet him afterwards. So we went across the street to Buddies. Not Buddies. I keep saying Buddies. Bunnies. Oh, no, I went to Sportsman on 13. Met him there, and I hadn't eaten yet. So I got me some dinner, and he had already eaten. So we're just talking, and I'm having my dinner, and we're having a couple of drinks, and he bought everything. So it was really nice. I never ask, it's like, yeah, I'll meet you, but you got to buy me. No, I never ask that. I mean, if they want to be that way, if they want to be nice, great. That's fantastic. I just like meeting people. It's kind of humbling to meet. It's kind of neat. Take the offer, save the cash, and live better long term. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I don't want to be stressed out. I don't want a job where I'm stressed out. I've had those jobs, and now that I don't have those jobs anymore, I'm not stressed. And so life has been really good. So I'm not stressed now. I don't need the money. I mean, I make enough where I'm plenty comfortable. Um, I agree with Robert. You guys want me to be all stressed out, don't you? Nice pot shops around Soy 11. Yeah, I don't do this stuff. So, um, but you pass one. It's like Starbucks in Seattle. You pass one every block at least. That and massage parlors. Speaking of Hua Hin, would that be a good place for a 55-year-old single expat to settle down and retire, or do you think it is too quiet of a town? Well, depending on you. I mean, I think it's perfect because I've got Bangkok here. That's exciting, to the nth degree, and the city that never sleeps. But I like to go to Hua Hin because you get that. It's almost like the yin and the yang. You got that opposite vibe, and it's very chill and very mellow. Now there are those adult areas in Hua Hin, so if you want that, go to the adult bars and with the bar girls, and you can do the bar finds if you want, or just hang out with the girls, buy them a drink, that sort of thing. Yeah, you can do all that too, and you got the beach, so I think it's perfect. But I'm not a big partier anymore. If you want to party, go to Pattaya. That would be the closest from Bangkok to go, or Phuket or Koh Samui. But everything I've heard about those places, it's really out of hand now as far as tourism. Hua Hin's not. You're not going to see droves of tourists in Hua Hin like you would in Pattaya or Phuket. I want a live stream from the beachfront. I did that last year. I did a live from the Standard in Hua Hin, which is a resort area, and you don't have to rent a bungalow or anything or a room there, but you can walk there, and it's right on the beach. And when you walk through the Standard, you get out to the beach area. They have an outdoor pool, and they've got an outdoor bar with a DJ, and they've got bar food you can get, and then it's right there on the beach too. So I did a live stream from there one time. I can't remember, had to be a year ago, but it was fun. It was a really good time. When I do my live next Sunday when I'm in the Philippines, it'll just be on my phone. I'll just be using my phone because I won't have my laptop or anything with me. So it'll be a little different setup, but it should be okay. Oh, you're in Seattle. Okay. All right, Gary. Nice. How's the weather in Seattle? Is it cold? Oregon kicked butt. Are you an Oregon Ducks fan? Seattle here, Cebu City. Cebu City's okay. That's on my take it or leave it list. I'm not super impressed with Cebu City. You ever explore other areas of Bangkok outside of the Sukhumvit area? Yeah, I do. I haven't a lot, but I've gone to other places, gone down by the river, checked out the temple, the palace down there, and the food down there along the river is really, really good. I'll do more of that next when I get back early next year. It's been hard because I have class 4 times a week, and I just kind of get busy, and it's like I need to do a video. So it's like, do I plan on going somewhere that's not close, or should I just pick a spot that's close by that maybe you guys haven't seen yet, but is still close to me? So it's hard, but I will do something. Actually, later on today, I'm going to a place. Let me see where it's at. Hold on just a second. It's a market. See if I can figure it out. Stand by, guys. A friend of mine told me about it, and I got to see where it is. It's called the Mall Life Store in Bangkapi. So let me look it up. The Mall Life Store in Bangkapi. So it looks like it's a mall, but it looks like they've got all kinds of things there, food and all that. But it's pretty far away from me. It's about an hour and a half from where I'm at now. So I'll probably check that out later today. Maybe find some street vendors there, and see if they have a night market or something. But I'll check that out. Cold and wet. Yeah, in Seattle. Yeah, always. Is the street food in Thailand as bad as it is in the Philippines, where you will get sick and spend 5 days in the CR? No. I've never gotten sick from the street food here in Thailand. I don't eat the street food in the Philippines. I've seen how they make the hot dogs in the Philippines. I'm not going to do that. No, the food in the street food here in Bangkok and Thailand is fantastic. Like I said, I eat it 3 or 4 times a week. So yeah, I've never gotten sick from the street food. Street food in Bangkok is top notch. Absolutely, Gary. Yeah, it really is. It's really good. You won't find better, probably. I mean, I guess in Singapore, I had really good street food when I was in Singapore a couple of years ago. Vietnam's got good street food. Do you think Hua Hin is required scooter or car town, or is the public transportation good enough? They've got the bot bus like they do in Pattaya, so you can get on for like 10 baht and ride it up the main road. It goes up and down the main road. But other than that, Grab and taxis. But I would, if you lived in Hua Hin or if you were staying there for, I would say more than a week, I would get either rent a scooter or buy a scooter if you're going to live there, or a car. It's just like Chiang Mai. It's not as easy to get around because you don't have the trains like you do here in Bangkok. So it's a little tougher to get around. So I would definitely, if I was there for any length of time, I would get a bike or a car. Been to that store, but take a very enjoyable canal boat trip to the Bangkapi Mall. Oh, okay, cool. I might do that. I need to do the boat thing. I haven't done the boat taxi yet. I need to do a video on that. So I keep getting some guy a couple of times. He commented. He goes, "Can you do a video on how to ride the trains?" So it's like, yeah, I'll do that. I want to do that, but I just can't find the time because it's going to take a while because I'm going to have to do several different videos to put together because, you got the BTS, you got the MRT, you got the lines that go to the airports. But I want to do a video that covers all transportation options in Bangkok, not just the trains, but riding the tuk-tuks, riding the bikes, the boat taxis, all of that. So that's going to take a little time, but I will do it. I promise at some point. Does Hua Hin have better air quality? Yes, it does. It's farther south, so you don't get the burning pollution that comes down here from the north, and it's not a big city, so you don't have the big city traffic and that. You should do an episode with the YouTube historian Bangkok Pat. Visit your favorite places, areas, and he'll tell you the history or stories of those areas. Yeah, he's interesting dude. I've reached out to a couple of YouTubers here in Bangkok, but they don't really, not him. I don't want to lump him in that, but they don't really respond because I'm still such a small channel. So I think they look at me like, who are you? It's like, what are you doing in my city or whatever? So they kind of look down on me like that, I think. But, which is funny because, to me, it's like, I want to pay it forward. If the guys that help me, the YouTubers that help me build my channel, I want to pay it forward. So if there's new YouTubers, I think that's great, and I'll put you on my channel. I helped earn Lucky Girl. She only had like 5,000 subscribers when I started interviewing her, when I started putting her on my videos. and now she just blew past me. I think she's probably 40,000 subscribers now, or something like that. So yeah, I don't mind helping other people out. I just wish everybody felt that way, but yeah, to each his own. I like that idea, how to do different things. Show us what daily life is there. Yeah, absolutely. I may pivot to that next year if you guys are interested in that. Bear in the Philippines says, just tuned in. Are there lots of foreigners being kicked out with the new rules? I imagine flooding Philippines since no more border runs for Thailand. I really haven't noticed. I know I read something last month said there were 2,900 people that were denied an extension, I think it was a tourist extension. The rules now, and they've always kind of been this way, but never really enforced. So you can do 2 extensions. So it used to be you can come in on a visa-free entry there's 93 countries that you can do that. Visa-free entry, 60 days. You can extend 30, then you have to leave. And then you can come back and do it again, 60 and 30. So you're doing basically 180 days a year. And then you can't come back, supposedly. But people were still doing that. They were coming and going and doing border runs. Now they've kind of cracked down on that. And now the rule is, this is per calendar year. You come in, you can do 60 days, extend 30, then you have to leave. And then if you come back and you do 60, and then when you want to extend, you can only extend 7 days instead of another 30. And then that's it. Then you have to leave and you're done for the calendar year. So people are having a little different thought process as far as their time in the Philippines or in Thailand and what they're going to do. So Lucky Girl is making good dough on her live streams. Yeah, that's the beauty of being a female and not a male. You get a lot more super chats and a lot more guys sending money than guys sending guys money. That hardly ever happens. So not to the extent that I mean, she was in China last week, so I'm sure her subscribers basically funded her transportation, her trip. So good for her, though. She has other assets and you didn't get at birth. Exactly. Well, she has assets she didn't get at birth either. She grew into those assets. Earn Lucky Girl has a massive simp following and she's cashing in. Absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right. All of those female Asian YouTubers have a simp following, and it's funny to watch, but you know what? I mean, good for them. They need to cash in while they're young. They're not going to be young forever. It's not going to last forever. Exactly. Why are guys so love starved that they send money to women they have never met or will never meet in their lifetime? The world is full of fools. Yeah. I think it's so I won't give a name, but I was talking to a female YouTuber, Asian, and I was planning on doing a trip to Da Nang. I was going to Da Nang for a couple months. And she said, well, I like to go to Da Nang. I go, what? You want to come with? And she goes, yeah, I would like to, but I don't want my followers to know that I'm there with you, because then they'll get jealous and may cancel their subscriptions. It's like, I get it. It's like, even though it was strictly platonic, I mean, there was nothing, I mean, we wouldn't be even staying in the same room or anything like that. But yeah, I get it. Even if they have boyfriends, like for instance, Filipina P, I think she's got a boyfriend in the States, but she'll never mention it because it would hurt her audience. It would, I mean, not hurt them like heartbreak, some of them maybe, but I mean, it would affect her audience to the point where they may unsubscribe, because a lot of these guys have this delusion that, oh, I got a chance with this girl because she talks to me on her videos, or she talks to me in chat, or she talks to me in the comments. And so I think I got a chance with her. So they don't want to disturb that that whole thing they got going on. So I get it. So, but I thought it was kind of funny. But I won't mention who she was. I'm going to Bangkok from Malaysia. I'm American. I will arrive by rail. Oh, yeah, they got that rail now. What visa do I need before setting foot in Thailand? You're American, so you don't need a visa. You can come here visa free for 60 days, but you'll need to do the TDAC, which is the Thailand Destination Arrival Card, and you need to do that online. And let me give you the link to that, so you don't do the one that you have to pay, because the link is free. Or the TDAC is free. You shouldn't have to pay, but you need to put that in at least within 3 days of coming to Thailand. So if you're coming here on Wednesday, do it by Sunday night or Monday. Let me see if I can find it here. Hold on just a second. Thing I don't like about Google is you type something in and it always gives you the sponsored ones first, the ones that pay to get on there, and they're always the ones that are the scammers. Okay, it's let me write it down here on the chat so you've got it, guys. Hang on a second, I got to type around my microphone. There, tdac.immigration.go.th. Let me make sure before you guys go to that link, let me make sure it's right. I'll know as soon as I log on because I'll have my old stuff up there. Yep, that's the one. So there you go. So it's it's in the chat there, the link. So you can check that out, guys. And you'll be able to, if you're coming into Thailand, do that no more than 3 days out of actually coming to Thailand. But I would do it at least a day or two out, and you'll get it right away. You'll get a QR code, and just screenshot the QR code. That way, if they ask you at immigration or at the airport, if they ask you for the QR code, you can bring it up on your phone. That way, if you just leave it on your website or on your on the website, you may not have access to internet at the airport, so you may not be able to access that QR code. So always take a screenshot. I screenshot everything, so just to be safe. Oh, hang on just a second. All right. Bear in the Philippines. Thanks for the $10 super chat. Appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Here we go. This one's for you. It. Where are we? I've never been to Malaysia, but that train ride looks kind of cool. It's kind of long though, right? I'd be interested to see how that goes. Good timing. Edwin says, Castaway Drift is a new vlogger in Dumageddon. The guy is a people person and is doing really well. Good for him. There's a recent professionally done investigative episode on YouTube explaining why the Philippines tourism is so bad post-COVID, while the other Southeast Asian countries are doing so much better. Did they? I have my thoughts on that. Did they say what the main reason or reasons were? I have my thoughts on that. Who's paying cam girls? I read somewhere 70% of subs to OnlyFans are married men. Wow. Doesn't surprise me. Probably married to Western women. Their lives are probably miserable. How do you think the dating pool would be in Hua Hin with roughly 125,000 population in the district? Well, not as deep as the Philippines, or not as deep as Bangkok. I don't know. I've never tried to date in Hua Hin. Go to a dating app and put Hua Hin as your location and see what happens. There are girls there. I know there are girls there. I've seen them. There's the link, tdac.immigration.go.th. Thanks a million, or whatever fee. You just saved me. If we cross paths, I'll buy you a beer. Oh, perfect. Okay, good. You would not be able to get in. You would not be able to get through immigration in the Thai, but I don't know about the train, but in the airports, they've got these kiosks where you can go in and do the TDAC before you go through immigration. But there's a lot of people in line there that haven't done it either. So it's going to delay your time in the airport. Bear in the Philippines. Were you ever bear in the Philippines? Just joking. Who hasn't, right? Bear is an animal. Bear is nude. So that joke was play on words. Yeah. If you have to explain a joke. All right. Oh, awesome. We got another one. $5 super chat from Gary. Super sticker. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. We got to do this again. A StreamYard. I can use those little extra things. That's kind of neat. So these super chats are paying for my StreamYard subscription. Awesome, Gary. Okay. All right, we're caught up with the chat. So what else is on your guys' mind? Hey, we got 36 on board. That's awesome. We've been slowly but surely growing this channel. It's been nice. We hit 17,000 last month as far as subscribers. Our live streams are getting stronger and stronger every week. We get more and more people on board every week, so that's really neat. I hope to get to 20,000 subscribers at some point next year, hopefully sooner than later. That's kind of my goal. And it's a vanity thing. I know but it's a neat mark, I think. I mean, when I hit 5,000 subscribers, I thought that was neat. When I hit 10,000, I thought was cool. 15,000, the next landmark would be, our milestone would be 20,000. So that'll be neat. So, if you guys can share the videos you watch, then the people that are watching it that aren't subscribers may subscribe. So that's cool. Those super chats are horribly loud. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have any control over the volume of that. After the thank you video pops up, then it comes back to you. There's no sound for a few seconds. So whatever you say, we cannot hear. Okay. I'll wait. I'll wait a couple of seconds till I know for sure. Talk about your Thai school more. 3 months. What has changed? What has changed? I'm learning to read Thai now. So if I'm somewhere where something's printed out in Thai, I can sound it out, and probably 2/3 of the time I'm right. I don't know what it means. I don't know what the meaning of the words are that I'm pronouncing, but I'm getting an understanding of how to read Thai. I just don't know what it means. So that's where I'm at with my Thai language. It's been fun. The class has really gone down. They've weeded out the dummies, I guess, or the ones that weren't serious. So we started with like 20 in my class. And my last class Thursday, there was probably 8 of us in there. So I started out in the top third of my class as far as how well I was doing. Now I'm in the bottom because all the dummies below me dropped out. So now I'm the last guy standing. But it's been fun. I really enjoy it. And I may not learn a lot, but if I can learn enough to have a okay conversation with a Thai, with a local, then I've succeeded in my mind. And, I can just build from that, even if I don't continue the classes after, level 2 or level 3. Oh, I'm still in level 1. And when we come back on January 6th, we'll continue with level 1, probably a couple more weeks. And then we go into level 2. And I've paid through that. I paid up through level 2, and then I didn't pay for level 3. There's 3 levels total, but I wanted to wait to see how I did. So when level 3 comes around, I've got the option. They told me you can either pay for level 3 or you can do level 2 again if you don't think you've accomplished enough to move to that next level. So I may do level 2 twice. We'll see what happens. But it's been a fun experience, that's for sure. Ace says, JJ, love the channel, but could you turn down the volume with your congratulations super chat message? The volume is extremely loud and it scares my cat, scars your cat too, maybe, and makes me jump out of my chair. Sorry, I don't have any control over that volume. So maybe I'll try to redo it and put the volume down a little bit. Not to complain, but you may get more super chats if you can turn it down. Yeah, okay. I promise I won't play it anymore if you give me a super chat, Ace. Is there some benefits of going to school to learn Thai with the government and your visa? Well, I'm on an education visa, so I can stay here. It's a non-immigrant visa, so that allowed me to open up my bank account. So now I transfer 65,000 baht every month into my bank account here, and I can use that for my everyday expenses, pay my rent, pay my utilities. Makes things a lot easier. So that for one thing has been really helpful. The other thing is I'm not on a tourist visa anymore, so I don't have to make border runs. I don't have to do any visa runs or anything like that anymore. So I'm fine with that. So that's the main thing. Plus, I want to learn Thai. Jasper Frenchy says, I'm 55 now. If I like Thailand and want to stay long term, can I purchase a health insurance plan that I can lock in coverage for, say, 20 years that I wouldn't be able to get if I tried it at 70? Yeah, there's companies here in Thailand that you can get health insurance through. You just have to look. And being 55, you should be able to get a pretty good deal. Now, as far as premiums going up, I'm not sure how that works. I would guess that your premiums will go up incrementally as you get older, but I don't know. I don't know all the details, so you would have to check on that. Then there's a couple of them. I think Pacific Life, I think, is one that comes to mind right off the top of my head, but there are a couple others. So I'm definitely not an expert on health insurance. So you would have to maybe find somebody that is, or just Google that information, and you should be able to find some good ones. Someone here in the U.S. started the Thai Brewing Company, making Thai-themed beers in the U.S. They have a Bangkok Lager, Muay Thai IPA, and Siam Thai Stout. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. What are your top 3 Thai food go-to dishes now? Oh boy, I like pad krapao. I like tom yum soup, like tom yum gai or tom yum gong. Um, I'm not a big fan of pad thai. It's pad thai's okay, I guess. I'm trying to think of something right off the top of my head. Some of these street vendors that just grill the chicken, or do the fried chicken. Those are fantastic. I love those. I mean, it's not really Thai food, but you can get the barbecue. You can get the the barbecue on the stick. You can get that at most Thai street vendors, or a lot of Thai street vendors. So I do like that on occasion, and it's super cheap. So I guess those would be my top 3 dishes. But like sometimes I'll get some fried rice with pad krapao or something like that. Oh, there we go. Okay, I won't play the super chat. Congratulations, but thank you, Tom. I appreciate it, buddy. I'll do this instead. Chonggao. Chonggao is cheers in Thailand. It literally means clink glasses. So you're like doing a cheer. But yeah, Chonggao to you. Thank you so much. $5. Get a new super chat thank you message. Well, I'll do that. What else is on your guys' mind? Let me see where we at on time. About an hour and 40 minutes. So we'll go to the top of the hour and see how things are going. Did Manila outside the bubble have any charm, or just polluted, rundown nightmare? It did. It had some charm. I mean, the local, when I used to walk outside of BGC, and I get into that local area of Manila, Guadalupe was one of the places I would go to frequently. They had a really good market there, wet market there, so you can get food. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, and it was neat. I would say it was kind of neat to get out of there. Now, obviously, I like the convenience, the Western conveniences of BGC, but to get out there was kind of fun to walk around. And if I tell you what, if you walk around with a camera and like my gimbal, this is my new gimbal, guys. So this is what you guys paid for. This is a DJI. I bought this at the Fortune Town Mall on Rama 9, $150. My old one was just crap. It was wearing out. Anyway, but if you walk around outside of BGC, if you walk around with your camera, they light up. They want to say, hello, Joe, or they'll say hi to you or whatever. They love it. And so that was the neat part of walk. I keep turning on my tracker. Hang on. But that was a neat part about walking around outside of the bubble in the BGC, walking around the Philippines, because you got to see that, and people just they light up. That was the fun part. That's the charm. Now I don't do the street food in the Philippines. I avoid that, but that's the charm. Even in the bad areas, like I was watching some old shorts of mine the other day, and there was one that we were in Divisoria Market, which is right outside of Chinatown in Manila. Oh, it was so packed. It was crazy busy. You could barely walk around, but that's Manila, and that's the charm of Manila, is being in those big crowds. Put your wallet in your front pocket, hang on to your phone so somebody doesn't drive by. It would be tough for somebody to steal your phone in that crowd because they couldn't run away because there's too many people. They would be stuck in the group, so it'd be easy to catch them. How is Earn Lucky Girl? Are you still friends with her? Yeah, absolutely. We actually chatted the other day. She just got back from China and she messaged me, and she's building a new studio. So look at this. All her subscribers have basically chipped in enough so she can afford to build a new studio. So she wants me to come over and see her new studio. But yeah, we talked actually the other day. We talked Thursday, I think it was, or Friday morning. Would you say women in Thai versus Philippines, which would you say are easier to meet? Oh, Filipinas. They're easier to meet because one, the language. They're okay. If I gave you a top three, one would be the language. Two is that they're more interested in finding a foreigner to take care of them. Number three, they're not concerned about age gap. So you've got a larger pool in which to choose because you can date somebody very young if you want, or date somebody very old. Here in Thailand, that age gap is not as great. So it's you're probably not going to find true romance with a girl in her 20s if you're in your 60s. It's probably not going to happen. The other thing is, in Thailand, most of the girls work compared to the ones in the Philippines, so it's hard to find time for them to be with you, to go out with you. And when I say work, I'm talking about careers. They work in banks, they work in stores, they work retail, or whatever the case may be. So their time is more precious. They don't have a lot of time. So that would be so it's easier to meet women in the Philippines overall. Did the air seem very unhealthy, polluted in Manila? At times, yeah. BGC is not bad because you've got you got a little bit of green area around there, so that helps. But I tell you what, my condo, I was on the 29th floor, not 29th, yeah, 29th floor of my condo, and I oversaw Makati and Manila Bay. And there were mornings you'd look out your window, and it was just a line of smog that covered the skyline of Manila and Makati. And there were days that were really bad. That was funny because one of the shorts I was watching, one of the old shorts I was watching, it was the day after, no, it was Easter Sunday. So it was Holy Week. And so there's hardly anybody's open on Holy Week. So the traffic is really low. And I did a short video out of my condo window, and the sky was blue. You could see across the bay to the mountain. You can see it perfect because of the pollution level was a lot lower than it normally was. So I thought that was interesting, but I was watching that short the other day. Curious, you have two live streams running. Yeah, one's the vertical, one's horizontal. So with my StreamYard, which is the platform that I do my lives on, now that I'm a paying member, I have the option to do both. So that shows. So if you're on your phone and you're looking at shorts and you're scrolling up shorts, my live will show up on the short feed as a recommended, and it'll also show up on the normal horizontal feed too. So it gives me two opportunities to see for potential audiences to see me. So that's how that works. So Geo in Thailand, question. Is your name Geo? How did you come up with the name for your YouTube? Just curious. If the Philippine government didn't vote the U.S. military out in '91, I wonder what the Philippines would have been much more. I wonder if the Philippines would have been much more developed now with much better infrastructure. I would say yes. I would say they would be, but you never know. It's hard to say. What I guess it would be interesting to see what other countries that the U.S. military are in, what their infrastructure looks like. Thumbs up, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, hit that thumbs up, guys. Keep hitting that thumbs up. If you could do more than one, that would be great. But I know you can. If you happen to become rich, really rich tomorrow, would you stay? Honestly, yeah, I would stay in Bangkok. I would stay in Bangkok. I'd probably get a place down in Hua Hin, so I can go down there when the burning season hits Bangkok. If it gets bad as far as the pollution, I go down there and have a really nice place. I probably wouldn't be in this condo. I'd probably get something that's a 2-bedroom, so I could have one that's just my studio. So if I get super rich, that's probably what I would do. Sadly, there is so much corruption in the Philippines that nothing gets built or built poorly. Yeah, you're right, Robert. Unfortunately, that's the case, which is kind of sad. Come on, be honest. You'd move to Malibu or the Beverly Hills. I've been in California twice. Once in LAX and once in San Francisco Airport. I've never been outside the airports. I've never really had any interest in California. Yeah, I guess the weather is perfect there, and a lot of places are nice. But if I had to retire somewhere in the U.S., it would probably be places I've been, Johnson City, Tennessee, or right around there in the Blue Ridge Mountains. That's just beautiful area out there. The weather's mild. The winters are mild. Summers are mild. It's just really beautiful there. But I'm here, so that's why. Do you see very many Filipinos in Bangkok? Yeah, you do see a few. Actually, there's a couple of bars here where they employ Filipinos. So it's really interesting. And there's actually a bar down on I'm trying to think where that is, between Nana and Asok. It's called the Penalty Spot, and they have live music. And the last time I was there, they had a Filipino band playing there. I don't know if they're still there or not, but they used to play there regularly. So a lot of the really good Filipino bands come to Thailand to work because it's cheap. They pay better. So yeah, the live music scene here in Bangkok is amazing. I love it. Rich and you choose Hua Hin. What a square. Yeah, I'm a square. What can I say? I like quiet. Didn't you buy a lotto ticket for the 1.5 billion? No, I did not. Sorry. I wish I did, but no. I'm waiting for you guys to make me rich. I can easily afford the U.S. I moved here from San Francisco Bay Area, and I much prefer living in Thailand. I've been here nearly 9 years now. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Marty. I just don't, I just don't like the climate situation. And I'm not talking weather. I'm just talking the political climate in the U.S. right now. I would just as soon stay away from that. And who knows, if things change, maybe I'll go back. But right now, I have no plans on going back. I'm with you, Marty. I'm staying. Oh, it's a long story. Maybe ask Ern when you visit her new studio. Well, actually, she asked me the other day. She asked me, "Is this Gio? Is that your friend?" I said, "No, it's a different guy." I said he watches my channel, but he's not Gio on the go. Different guy. So she asked me about you. She asked if you were the same one. What do you like to order at O'Shea's? Food or drink? I usually go there if I go there for a beer, I go there for happy hour and I get a Tiger pint. I like Tiger beer. I think that's a Singapore beer actually, but I like it. Um, Once in a while, I'll get a Guinness. Guinness is about 3 times the cost, but I drink Guinness slow, and so I only drink one, where I would drink 3 pints if I if I weren't drinking Guinness. So it's about the same cost. You're just drinking less volume, but I love Guinness. Um, Food wise, their their Philly cheesesteaks really really good. Mondays they have a special on pizza. Their pizza's not bad. Their breakfasts are really good. They've got a like a sausage muffin, like a sausage and egg McMuffin type thing, but it's huge. It's like this big around, and it's only I think it's 99 cents. So it's really good, and you get a lot of bang for your buck. Or you can get the Western breakfast there, where you just pick 7 items off the menu, and it's 199 baht, so like $6, and you get coffee or juice with it. But you can pick items like eggs, sausage, bacon, hash browns, fried potatoes. What else? There's several items that you can choose from, but you pick 7 of it, and if I'm at breakfast there, I'll get that a lot of the time. So it's really good. But their food's pretty good, actually. You can't go wrong. They've got a decent Irish stew there, although it doesn't compare to the Irish stew at Scruffy Murphy's on 23. That's fantastic because you get the stew with the veggies and the beef, and it's and then they give you a big thing of mashed potatoes right in the middle of the stew, and then they give you rye bread to go with it, which is really really good. So yeah, there's so many good places around here. I thought foreigners cannot do jobs Thais can do themselves. Yeah, but there's a lot of you see a lot of waitresses and bars that are from Myanmar. You used to see a lot from Cambodia, but not anymore. They all got sent back. So I don't know. It's not up to me, but I know you see a lot of the bars I go to, the waitresses are from Myanmar. So I think it's interesting, but you never know. I don't know how that works. I've heard that Burmese women are hotter than Thais. Is this true? Well, so Myanmar, there are beautiful the waitresses at some of the places I go to that that are from Myanmar or Burma are beautiful. Yeah, they are. I don't know if they're hotter than Thai women. I would say they're on the same level, but yeah, there are some really nice looking ones, and they're all over, and they speak pretty good English too. If it wasn't for all the poon, you'd think Thailand would have the same appeal. No chance for real. uh, you mean compared to the Philippines? I don't know. I think you can probably. Have you tried Buddhist meditation yet? No, I have not. I've gone to the temples, and I went to. I did the merit with my little float for Loy Krathong. When you go out and you have your float and you light your candle and you put it out on the water and you do your Kor Hai, which is you wish wealth, you wish health or whatever. So I did that, but I don't. I'm Christian, so I respect the Buddhist religion. I think it's one of the amazing religions in the world, but I'm not a practicing Buddhist. Johnson City. I have an old college professor friend who ended up leaving the Massachusetts college I knew him from and taught at East Tennessee State University. He's in his 80s there, retired there. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. ETSU. They've got I used to go to their football games there. Yeah. Yeah. I like Johnson City. I lived in Gray, which is basically you can use Gray or Johnson City as your city address. It's kind of the same, one and the same. But yeah. JJ, if you hear this in Thai, kakao, sagon, tea, cow, Johnny, I don't know what your, I don't know what that is. So tell me what it is. Run for your life. I don't know. But see, it's hard to pronounce these words because you don't have the tones. So it's hard to know which tone you're using because you could say cow and it could be different. Could be cow or it could be cow or it could be cow. So I don't know what that means, but if you'd like to tell us all what you mean, that would be nice. If you didn't have your YouTube channel taking up a lot of your time, do you think you would be bored trying to fill up your day? Yeah, probably. That's one of the reasons why I started this channel, because I got bored when I retired. So here's how it came about. I've told this story before, but this is how it came about. So when I started working here, it's in the Philippines, actually. I was working for an online university, and they were opening up a division in Asia. So they hired me to come here to set up the whole thing. I was the director of admissions for their Asia department. So what I would do is they didn't know anything about Asia. So I would, on my days off or my nights off, I would go and do videos and then I'd upload them because I already had YouTube. So I had a name or whatever. So I'd upload it privately on my YouTube, and then I would send them the link, the team back in the US the link so they could see my videos and they could see what was going on, what BGC was like, what the Philippines were like, and that sort of thing. So it was cool. They liked it. But when my job ended after a year and I decided just to retire, and this would have been the first of 2023, and I got bored. So I thought, well, I've got this YouTube thing. I could just do that public. And so I started doing videos and started posting in public, and kind of kept me from being super bored during the day. And then I would travel. And my first videos were when I went to Vietnam the first time in Ho Chi Minh City. So those were the first videos I did. And I started that in like May or June of 2023. And I think I got monetized at the end of September or sometime in September, and started making money in October, basically. And I got my first paycheck, so to speak, in January, because you have to have $100. You have to make $100 before they pay out. So it took me October, November, December before I made $100 to get a payout. So, but that's how that started. But yeah, I would probably be bored. I'd have to find a. So I do golf. I like to walk. I do exercise. But yeah, the YouTube thing is kind of my part-time job. So you're the one that got shadow banned from Earn Lucky Girl. I think I owe Gio an apology, on the go of an apology. I'm the one that got shadow banned. I never got shadow banned. I don't know what you mean. Oh, got you shadow banned. Oh, you got shadow banned. I don't know anything about that. She never told me anything about that. She just asked who you were and asked if you were the same one that interviewed her, same Gio, and I said no. So, why did you get shadow banned? I have Thai friend whose name is Poon. Okay. Is her last name Tang? You saved me a super chat to Earn Lucky Girl. I was about to become a simp. Okay. I don't know how I saved that. I didn't do anything. When you end your schooling, what happens with your visa? Well, I'm going to get a retirement visa at that point. At least that's my plan right now. So I'll let you know how that goes. But that's going to be a year from now, probably this time next year. So I've still got level 2 to go at the first of the year. And That's 3 or 4 months. And then level 3 will be another 3 or 4 months. So it'll be probably this time next year that I will change it to a retirement visa. Let's see. His name actually is Johnson, and he played college football in Hawaii. Oh, great. So he can say, this is my city. This is Johnson City. Have you any interest in Tai Chi classes there? Know anyone who does it? I do not know anyone who does it. I've seen them at the park. So if you're in the Philippines and you walk around and you go walk through a park, you see people doing what is the exercise that they do to music. You see that all the time in the Philippines. Here in Bangkok, they don't do that. They do Tai Chi or things like that. So it's a little more, maybe some yoga, but in the Philippines, it's just doing the dance, exercising. I just forwarded her messages to Geo on the Go via email, and he forwarded an answer to her live stream. Like I said, long story. Huh, interesting. Are you? Yeah. Does Thailand charge you for the retirement visa like Philippines does? So if you're talking about you have to deposit a certain amount of money in a Thai bank account, yes. You have to. It's 800,000 baht, which is about 25,000 US dollars. In the Philippines, I think it's 20 or 30,000 US dollars, something like that. I'm not sure, unless you're a military. Retire in the military. Or if you're military and you retire in the Philippines, you get a good deal. You only have to put in like 1,500 US dollars. So retiring in the Philippines, if you're a veteran, is probably the number one option, I would think. If you're looking at saving money as far as depositing money into a Philippine bank account or a foreign bank account. So, all right, where are we at? We're at 2 hours, just over 2 hours. We still got 37 people on. That's awesome. We'll stay on as long as you guys have something to talk about. Can you earn interest on the 25,000 deposit for your retirement account? I think there's probably accounts that you can. I'm sure it's not much, but I think you could probably, depending. My bank account is a savings account. I don't think there's any interest that I earn on it. It's just a normal savings account, but it's just kind of a holding place, really, because I put in the 65,000 and then I use it to pay my bills. So it wouldn't be in there long enough to earn any interest, really. Now the 800,000, I would definitely look into finding something that has interest that you can earn on it, if possible. I really don't know if there's anything like that, but I would definitely, if that's your route that you're taking, I would definitely look into that. That would be something to look into. If you're going to keep your money in there, you only have to keep it in there for a couple of months until you get your retirement stamp, and then you can pull it out. And then at that point, you just have to show that you're putting 65,000 baht a month in. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the 65,000 a month. So hopefully in a year or so from now, I can show that, and I don't need to do the 800,000. I'm a little leery about putting 800,000 lump sum into a foreign bank account. It's just it spooks me a little bit. You're going to have to get more subscribers and super chats to get to 25,000. I know, right? Yeah. I'm not looking to get rich. Savings account gets interest, but it's super low. Yeah. That's what I figured. But if you have 25,000 US in there, that could add up pretty good. I mean, it could be a pretty decent amount. I like Earn Lucky Girl, but all of her live streams and most of her videos are the same topic. It gets old and redundant quickly. Well, she caters to her subscribers, and that's what her subscribers are hungry for. So, I think she's doing a good job. I mean, she's really growing her channel since when I first met her. I can't remember how I came across her channel. I think it came up on my feed, my recommendations, and she had just started and she only had a few thousand subscribers at the time. So I reached out to her to do a collaboration because when I moved here, I wanted to start interviewing local Thai people. And she was one of the ones that agreed. And so that's how but all my guys, all the subscribers I had, and at that time I only had about 12,000. So, but a lot of them subscribed to her channel and started watching her. So it really helped her. And she interviewed me on her channel and interviewed her on my channel, and her subscribers took off. She really got a big boost off of that. So good for her. I'm happy for her. She opened up a coffee shop and she did a lot of stuff. So I don't think she's got the coffee shop anymore though. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. This will be my last live stream before I head to the Philippines. So it'll be my last live stream before Christmas too, right? See, Christmas is next week, right? Look, today's the 21st. Yeah, Christmas is Thursday. So next Sunday will be the Sunday after Christmas. That'll be my live stream from BGC in Manila, Metro Manila. I use the 80,000 method or 800,000 method and actually keep much more in my account to be free of fluctuating exchange rates. Right. Yeah. So I'm hoping because the exchange rate hasn't been great. It was okay when I put in my 65,000 last month this time. But this month it's been kind of down. I'm not sure what the exchange rate is right now. But hopefully by the time I put in more money at the beginning of next month, the exchange rate will be a little better. I keep much more than 800,000 in my bank account, never worried about it. That's good. That's good to know. Merry Christmas, JJ. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Paul. Merry Christmas, everybody. Appreciate you. Lucky Girl has 50,700 subs and is having a live stream now. That's why you don't have more in your life. She does a live stream every day. I don't know that we have a lot of crossover subscribers anymore. A few probably, but I don't know that my live streams affects her that much or vice versa. Like and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you, Edwin. Yeah, definitely hit that thumbs up. That would help. And if you're not subscribed yet, please do so if you feel that the content's good. Michael the Great says, "Hey y'all, resting up on Zoe 39 as rolled my ankle. Side note, X-ray and doctor consult. Few painkiller meds. $240 total. Yeah, it's so cheap. So you're on Zoe 39. So that's right where my favorite coffee shop is. 39 Craft Coffee. I like getting the food outside there and then going in and getting a tall Americano hot. You do the whole thing for like $6. And then right across there is Incheon restaurant. So you can get some good cheap Thai food if you want to eat across the street there, across 39. Yeah. So if you're in that area, go to that coffee shop or go eat there if you can make it. Dave says, Merry Christmas, JJ. What is your holiday schedule? So I'm leaving on the 24th for Manila. I'll fly into Manila. I leave here my flight leaves at 11:15 out of Suvarnabhumi Airport. And then I fly into Manila, I think at 4 o'clock. Manila time. And then I've got a hotel in BGC. I'll stay for a week, so I'll have Christmas there. I'll hook back up with a few friends of mine. We'll just hang out for the week. I think I'm going to meet my ex-girlfriend there. So we'll get together again. That'll be nice to see her. And then on the 30th, I come back here. So I leave on the night of the 30th. I think my flight leaves at 7:30. And then I fly into DMK, Don Muang Airport. I think I get in about 10:15 or something like that. And that's on the 30th. And then I'll be back here in my condo that night. And then New Year's Eve, I'll be with a few friends. We'll be on the rooftop of O'Shea's on 33-1, celebrating New Year's there. They'll have live entertainment, and we'll watch the fireworks on the rooftop there. So that's my plan, to ring in the new year back here. Christmas in the Philippines, which is always great, and New Year's here. So that's my plan. Her live streams are way too long for me to watch. Well, mine are getting kind of long too, but I stay on as long as I got people watching, so, and contributing on chat, and as long as my voice holds out. Yes, I'm in the Vittorio building. I will be off my ankle for a week. Thank goodness for Grab and a plethora of food options. Yeah, that's a good area. I love Phrom Phong is one of my favorite neighborhoods. So you're a good area. See her means hookup. See her means hookup. Oh, is that what you're trying to? You're reading between the lines. Is that what you're doing? Okay, I got you. I will miss you by 10 days. Oh, where are you? Where are you going to be in the Philippines? Where are you going to be, Dave? And when? To clarify, any messages for Geo on the Go from Earn Lucky Girl were forwarded to him via email, and when he responded to those messages, I forwarded his messages to Earn Lucky Girl live stream. Interesting. Okay, why? Why don't you just say I'm not the same guy? Why don't you just tell her you're not the same guy? Then you don't have to worry about forwarding messages back and forth under the pretense that you're him. But anyway, you'll be in Makati for a week from the 12th through the 19th. Oh, I'm just going to miss you. Okay. Well, actually, you'll be in there January 12th to the 19th. Okay. That'll be a good time. Weather will be good then. Weather should be good now. And it'll still be Christmas there. They celebrate Christmas up until Chinese New Year there. So you'll have plenty of things to do and look at and things like that. Has meeting up with an ex ever been a good idea since the dawn of man? I don't know. I'll let you know, Steve. I think it'll be okay. She's a sweetheart. We left on good grounds. Everything is good. She would be, if I were ever to move back to the Philippines, it would be because of her. But yeah, so there's no animosity and there's no bad blood between us. So I think everything will be fine. So, but I know what you mean. What else is going on, guys? What else you want to talk about? My love life, my non-existent love life. Dating here has been interesting though. So it's a little different than the Philippines. Not impossible, but different. When meeting up is in a different country, so it's more like a hit and run. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's not going to be that way. It's not going to be like that. So yeah, actually, I am meeting with another person there outside of my friend circle. Um, it's for a collaboration. So there'll be a meetup with that too. So it's kind of a pleasure and business trip. So that'll be good. All right, guys, what else is on your mind? We've covered a lot. We talked about my education visa. We talked about my trip. Um, what else did we talk about? The holidays. I'm surprised nobody's asked me about the Cambodia uh, issues. Doesn't really affect me here in Bangkok. What else is on your mind? Um, Talked about how my life is boring because I want to live in Hua Hin and not in Phuket or Pattaya. But that's okay. Yeah, I can be boring. I can be a boring guy at times. But you know what? The nice thing is I don't party anymore, so I don't wake up with a hangover. So, will you hire a visa firm to do your retirement visa? Probably, Jasper. I probably will. I just think it's easier that way. I just don't want to make a mistake because there's so much paperwork you have to do, and the nice thing about my Thai language school, Sandy Thai language school, is they've done all the paperwork I've needed for everything. They did the initial education visa paperwork. They did the extension paperwork for me. They even did the bank account paperwork for me so I could open up my bank account. So they've been fantastic. So the cost of the tuition has been well worth it because they've done all that work for me. Now I'm sure they won't do the retirement visa. I wish, but so I'll probably go through an agent for that, and when the time comes. Did we talk about Geo's new laptop? No, we haven't talked about Geo's new laptop. That's old news. Geo is actually in Kenya because I think she may have been sweet on him, so I did not want to get involved. He was happy to hear about it. No, I don't think so. Do you ever see a Thai Talk? Do you ever see Thai Talk with Dan channel? Thai Talk with Dan. Um, I don't think so. Let me look him up. Thai Talk with Dan. No, I've never seen his channel before. Where's he out of? Let's see. He says, "Hello and welcome to Thai Talk with Dan, the channel where we share your Thai stories, mostly about Thai women, Thai girlfriends, Thai wives, bar girls, freelancers, massage girls, and Thai women from the dating apps." Oh, okay. So I know his niches. He's got 33,000 subscribers, so he must do pretty well. Yeah, he gets good views. Um, never. I don't think I've ever seen his channel. Never come up on my feed, so I don't know. Um, is is he interesting? I mean, he definitely has a niche. You just talk about the the freelancers and that. I wonder if you let the school know you speak of them often, they would get more students. So maybe cut you a break on cost. You know, I've been asked several times, like, why don't you interview your teacher? So I want to do that. I'll probably ask next month when we go back. I'll ask her about that, and maybe I don't know if I'll get a break on the tuition, but maybe I don't know. maybe work. I would definitely want to work something out like that. So, but yeah, I do definitely want to interview her. That would be fun. She's great. She's got a great laugh. We get her laughing all the time. And what is the most dominant breed, dog breed in Thailand? I don't know. Um, I don't see a lot of dogs here, not like in the Philippines. In the Philippines, you see dogs everywhere. And I'm not talking about the feral dogs. I'm talking about, um, when you're in BGC and these people are walking around with baby strollers and 80% of them have dogs in them. But you see a lot of Shih Tzus, see a lot of Huskies, a lot of Golden Retrievers, a lot of what else? What other type breed of dog do I see a lot of? Chows, a lot of chows, but I don't see a lot of dogs here. Most of the dogs I see are small, the smaller dogs, the smaller breeds, but I don't see a lot. Geo in the original Geo in Thailand, the original was never used to misrepresent anything. All right. You're the original. He's the one. He's the guy. He's copying you. I thought that since you are in Thailand, you might check a few of his stories. Some are pretty funny. If they're kind of like the Thailand bound, he's the British guy that does those stories too. They're almost like if you're as old as me, you probably remember Penthouse, the girly magazine, and Penthouse Forum are the letters that people would supposedly write in, say, "I never thought this would happen to me, but," and then they do a sexual story about meeting some girl. That's what those stories are basically are. I watched Thailand Bound's channel for a while, but it got to be kind of the same thing. The stories kind of over and over again, the same thing. So I don't know if his are the same or not. I might check it out. My theory with school cost: if you don't ask, you don't get. So give it a try. Absolutely, yeah, I'll try. What can it hurt? All my comments here are polite. It is just a long story. I get you. No problem. Okay, all caught up. Let's see. We're at 2:23. We'll go to the bottom of the hour, which will be 11:30, and see how we're doing. And if we're still big on chat, we'll keep going. If not, I'll get lunch. What qualities do you think most Thai girls look for in a potential partner? Personality, looks, stability? I would say stability. They want to make sure you live here. They don't want a holiday boyfriend. They want a leader. They want somebody that can be decisive and make decisions and lead them and to give them a better quality of life. And then personality, they want somebody that's calm, not aggressive, and not angered easily. I think looks are secondary. I mean, obviously, you're going to get the younger girls who are going to be more into looks than the older women are. But I think that's kind of, I don't think they're necessarily big on looks. I mean, with me, JJ's voice is lasting longer this time. Yeah. Well, I think the nasal spray has helped with my sinuses. I'm not getting the drainage that I normally get. So, yeah, being in radio for 30 plus years, I think it's really basically ruined my voice. Got to keep hydrated too. Most of those guys use AI generated stories for their channels. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I can't imagine that they could have that much content, but you never know. I mean, I don't know, but that is definitely a niche, and they do well with it. So good on them, I guess. I don't know if I don't know, guys. What do you think? You watch my channel, so what would be a good niche? I mean, if I went that route, would that be something that would be to me personally? I mean, I would delve into it a little bit, but I don't know that I would make that the mainstay of my channel to talk about dating. I mean, I did that one. Interviewed the bar girl one, and that did really well. I got a lot of content, got a lot of views. So I don't know. Maybe I should maybe I should go that route. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in chat what you think. All right, guys, we're going to go 5 more minutes and then we're going to call it a day. Getting a little hungry. Going geo in Thailand is for practicing learning Thai. I think I made tones easier to learn. Okay. Showing Thai girls, possibly interviewing them, you would get more views. Show some girls on the beach too. You like B-roll? Like, yeah, I want to start interviewing more Thai girls. I want to start doing that. And actually, Erda and I are going to do a video here when I get back next month. So I'll do another video with her, but I'm not sure what the subject will be. I'm sure it'll have to do with dating Thai women, foreigners dating Thai women. And that's an easy video to do. But I think this time maybe I'll get a little more in detail, get into the weeds a little more about, why can't, I'm thinking about, what would my title be? What would the content be? It's like, why can't I get a date in Thailand? Why can't I date a Thai girl? Here's the scoop. Here's the skinny on why you can't date a Thai girl, why they don't want to date you. So we'll see. Shall we say female assistant? I think that will backfire. You mean for me? Yeah. JJ, I looked up the dog question and I asked you, Thai Ridgeback, Pomeranian, and Thai Bang Cow. Bang Cow. Okay. I know Pomeranian. I don't know the others. But that makes sense if they're Thai dogs. Babes in Thailand. Babaroonies. Be like a regular guy. Do the Babaroonies. All right, a couple more minutes, guys, and we'll call it good. Girls, and more girls. Your viewers are mostly men. I know. I get it. But it's like, isn't that kind of oversaturated? Doesn't everybody do that here? I mean, I wanted to kind of avoid that, but I mean, if that's what you guys want, I'll do it. Whatever you guys want, I'll do. Well, almost within reason. Pomeranian, yes, in BKK, mostly the dogs are a feral breed called Soey dogs, mostly in the countryside. Yeah. I think he was asking about the breeds, the purebreds in the cities. Yeah, that's just like in the Philippines. You get out of the city, you get out of BGC, and there are feral dogs everywhere. They're just mutts, But you got to be careful because there's a lot of those dogs get rabies, and so you got to really be careful if you're in the provinces in the Philippines, here too in Thailand probably. I think you should go the route of expat swing life in Southeast Asia, and since you have experience with finding unicorns to date. I could do a video on the unicorn. My unicorn girlfriend I had when I first moved to the Philippines. Maybe I'll do a video on that. That's a little risque. I might get flagged by YouTube if I get a little too if I get a little too detailed in my experience. But hey, what the hell? If you guys want it, I'll tell the story. Not today, but I might do a video on it. Why not, right? New motorway opened recently from Bangkok to Kanchanaburi. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, I heard that they got the new, they reopened the rail from here to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, too. That would be cool, but that's a long trip. That's an overnighter. Also, I think the female assistants are now live streaming their workplaces because tourism is down, so you can't compete. Yeah, right. I see that. I see there's one, once in a while it'll come up on my feed. There's a live stream in Pattaya, and the bar girls will be on there doing their just dancing. But it's like, that's kind of boring, just watching them dance. But who knows? And then you got the guy, oh, what's his name? He's in Pattaya. He's the bald British guy. He has a channel and he does lives. Like on Sunday afternoons, he does live streams. By unicorn, you mean Lima Bravo. Well, I don't know what Lima Bravo means. So tell me what Lima Bravo means, and I'll tell you if it's the same thing. I would love to see the Thailand long boat races. Have you heard about that? Yeah, I've heard about that. Those look interesting. Those look fun. But no, unicorn is a girlfriend that is bisexual, and so the experiences you would have, or I had with my unicorn girlfriend, I could do a story that would probably be on that guy's channel, easily make it on that guy's channel if I wanted to. But I don't know if I want to go that route yet. I don't want to be that brave. So we'll see. We'll see if I want to tell that story or not. But all right, guys, I think we're going to call it a day. It's been over an hour and a half, so it's been a good Christmas live stream, and I super appreciate you guys coming on. You guys have a great Christmas. If I don't talk to you before in any of my comments on my videos, have a great Christmas. I'll see you next Sunday. I'll be live from BGC in Metro Manila in the Philippines. So make sure you join me for that. I'll probably be out. I won't be in the hotel. I'll probably go out somewhere and just set up at a breakfast place or a restaurant or something and do it live outside, depending on the weather. The weather should be good. Take care. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Enjoy your trip to the Philippines. Thanks. You have a Happy New Year too. Merry Christmas. Oh, lady boy. Okay. No. That's not what I'm talking about. Unicorn. No, the horn's in the wrong area. Merry Christmas. Jump Cat. All right, Jump Cat. Merry Christmas to you too. Good day to you, Dave. Happy holidays, Gio. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll see you next weekend live from the Philippines. And as always, live life, my friend. And hang on a second. I forgot I've got an outro now too, now that I've paid for everything. So I got to do this right. All right. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. If I see you next week, I'll see you next week. As always, live life, my friend. And we will talk to you again soon. Sabay, sabay.